All right, hey guys, welcome back. My name is Travis.
And I'm Larry, and I'm in the days.
And I'm John.
And welcome to Fatherhood, Some Assembly Acquired. Now, we are doing our 10 questions with John, so he is gracious to have a great sense of humor and to take these. So, let's begin. Number one, what is the one thing that no one told you you wish you had?
About being a father?
About being a dad, yeah.
The one thing, I don't know that there's one thing per se, but there, one thing I think to get a lot of sleep, to get as much sleep as you can, and to not drink too much, and to be patient. I don't know. There's so many things. There's not one thing about overarching theme about what they could have told me that would have made
Any difference?
it easier or different. I don't know.
No,
what did
no,
he
that's
tell you?
good. They tell me. Nobody told me.
What, did anybody tell you anything?
No,
It
and
was
you would
like-
think I'm the youngest of five siblings.
Of five.
And I have, and at one point,
You have
all
nieces
of
and
my
nephews.
sisters, and all my sisters at one point moved back into our home. So I had plenty of opportunity. And I think
Right.
the one thing somebody didn't tell me was that
set up a good 529
Yeah.
for college.
Only person
That's-
Set up a
yeah, for
529 because it's going to be unbelievable, and that Santa Monica College is the number one transfer college in the country.
Not for college.
For
preschool.
Oh, for preschool.
My
yeah.
daughter's preschool was more expensive than my college education.
Oh man.
That one was all right.
Safe for retirement.
No, I was the only person that told me something, and I regret it to this day, was my mother. She told me, whenever you have children, they're going to behave just like you did, and I hope they behave, and you go through the same stuff that I had to go through with you.
Yeah.
And it's almost working, and every year when she comes to visit, I remind her of that. I said, why would you put that shit on me? Why would you
curse me?
Why would you voodoo me like that?
Right, and she's
My
absolutely
daughter,
right.
My daughter's 7 years old and always talking back to me. You know?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, and my son, I
I
can't
didn't
choke
see
him.
it.
or
And the
hit
thing
him.
is, I
It's
didn't
like a
talk
broken
I didn't
record.
talk back to my parents. If I talked back to my parents in my day,
Yeah.
I got smacked across the room.
Yeah, Mom had a wooden spoon.
What was our belt? Y'all want a whooping?
Yeah.
It's old school, so don't.
It is,
don't
yeah,
forget that.
well.
All right, number two.
It's life.
I haven't put my hands on him yet.
Number two. Assuming your child or children get married, what do you want them to say to you on their wedding day?
Oh gosh, I want them to say thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for paying this.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for being, thanks for being part of my life. I hope, I went over those and I thought about that one a lot, in fact, because I remember Ann talking to her, or Ann's dad talking to her on our wedding day, and I can't remember what he said, but it was very moving. I would just say to them, I would hope that they would look back on their childhood and go, I was prepared for this moment, and I hope that my husband can in some way be the best, be like a little bit like you, Dad, or I don't know. That sounds
hard.
cheesy, but
All right, John,
No,
don't make this a tissue moment for us.
yeah.
No, that's good. I mean, I would agree. I think it's in some ways you hope that the relationship that you have with your wife, the good things,
Right. The good, yeah. What
that
I'm
they
not,
take
yeah,
that and that's
yeah,
what they want.
Exactly.
And number three, what word do you wish you had never said in front of your child or kids?
Oh, I might have inadvertently dropped the F-bomb in the car a few times. Yeah, I for sure did. I would wish I hadn't said that. And times that I've been on the phone with buddies and talking like a sailor, and they were actually listening to everything I was saying in the next room when they were watching SpongeBob. I would retract most of that conversation, especially about fraternity life.
Oh, yeah,
Hope they're not in the Greek system, basically.
Yeah. All right. What is your favorite toy of your child's?
Her her Frozen Anna princess dress, the light blue one with the little sash. I really like that a lot sometimes. No, I don't. I like the.
This doesn't fit you very well.
Yeah, just get one leg in. We have a huge expanse of princess wardrobe in the downstairs closet, and pretty much every Disney princess, and then some.
So which character were you?
I like so many of them. It's hard to choose. I mean, I'm a big fan of Jasmine because Jasmine's kind of hot. But no, their toys. I mean, they have iPads now. I mean, they have stuff that I could never have dreamed of. I mean, I had electronic football. That was like my favorite.
Larry was talking about that.
That was my most prized thing when I got electronic football. Mom would come in and yell at us, say, "Turn that goddamn thing off!" You know, and you have under the covers and you're playing electronic football. Well, now they'll be playing with their iPads, but mostly, I guess a computer. I mean, the computer or the iPad would be my favorite.
Hey, Larry did a funny story. His son was.
Oh yes, my mom still had a lot of my toys, and when we went to visit back home, we stayed for the summer, and I found my old football game.
Yeah.
But
she didn't get rid of. That's great. Yeah.
When he got it better, worked.
Wow.
I was like
I was 25-year-old toy.
It just like I won the
like
jackpot
the old,
again.
like the white one, the beginning
Yes.
one, like where you couldn't even pass on it. You just had to run.
The little red dots
Yeah.
go by and just run.
Bleep, bleep.
I was so happy.
Yeah.
In the plane, I was like, "You guys are gonna love this," and I said, "My kids that," and they were like,
They're touching the screen. First of all, they're going.
"Son did that." But then my daughter's
They
like,
don't move.
Dad, there's no people. It's just a dot. And what are you supposed to do? and I'm like, no, look, you can run a test. See, when you go up, when you hit and it goes straight, keep going.
And you gotta hit as fast as you
yes. And it goes. Boy, they looked at me with such disgust and disappointment.
Oh yeah,
Are you my father?
I mean, that's just one step away from Pong, really. That's only like a.
And we had Pong.
like a few bits of memory more than Pong to create that.
I love it. What's the least favorite toy?
I would say just stuffed animals because they multiply like that
Like
episode. Yeah, like Tribbles on Star Trek. That's they multiply. And I go, no child should have this amount of love. And it's 3 girls, so it's times 3. So you got the favorite lovies from every generation, and they're sweet. It's nice to have 1 or 2 prized lovies that they have that comfort them, but not to have 600. I mean, it's ridiculous. So those have been going a lot to Salvation Army and Goodwill.
I'm actually going to leave this interview, so you're gonna miss
Good
me
parent.
because I have to go pick up my son, even though I'm late.
Bring him back.
Yes.
Let's get his input.
So this is what we do for you guys. We're late for our kids.
Yeah.
So,
Super late.
Peace.
Probably had to call
John
the-
has been
call the
great.
office late.
We're out of here.
right.
Travis,
I will
hold the
finish
fort.
up. I will hold the fort.
Good luck. Can't wait to see you
There
play
it
some
is.
soccer.
Yes.
Thanks. All right. So number 6. How do you keep the spark in your relationship?
You have to really work. You have to work. My wife is really beautiful, and I'm still super attracted to her, and I'm sure I always will be. I know I always will be, but you have to work because the kids are. They don't go down at their set time. It's never, as hard as you try to get them in bed by 8 or 8:30. There's tons of homework now. There's all these, there's paperwork, constant reams and reams of paperwork.
So I want to go to France. The France, they were getting rid of homework. They're like making a law, no more homework.
Oh yeah. I mean, study after study after study have proven that beyond approximately 10 minutes, per grade level or whatever this
Right.
is kind of a wash. I mean,
Yeah,
like there's just
diminishing returns.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm all for reducing homework and forget the Common Core math. I mean, that's just completely beyond me. I'm like, what?
We struggle with it. It just seems like at some point it becomes you're over-explaining it and you get lost.
Oh.
It's, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I get...
So yeah, getting booty. I mean, just having a physical relationship, or not even physical, just having it make your date night. Sometimes that can become, if you're not careful, that will become the last priority.
Right.
And I would stress that you need to keep that foundation strong, and so that you're on a somewhat united front.
Right.
Because they will wear you down, and you
Right.
won't have time for your partner.
Yeah, you need it.
And
Well, just like your Tuesday nights.
Yeah.
Just like that, you gotta
have some boys' time. You gotta have some girls' time. Whether that's whatever your thing is, your book club or whatever.
Yeah.
You
gotta have time. All right. Now number 7 is what do you do? What does your child? What do you secretly like that your child has done or does that you probably shouldn't?
Probably shouldn't. Well. That's tough because you're trying to encourage them to be good people all the time.
Right.
I'm trying to keep them to take the high road, and there have been a few times when my kid was getting a little bit bullied and might have reacted physically, say on the soccer field, or may have thrown an elbow, and I've kind of secretly celebrated that because the kid frankly deserved it. I mean, let's face it. So maybe an elbow to the temple. I tell my girls jokingly to punch each other in the head all the time. I'm like, my dad, I'm like, well, you should punch her in the head. Just punch her in the temple or the throat. Because people respond, to pain. Especially boys, they respond to pain.
They do.
It's one of the few things that we understand.
Well, I bet you the littlest one, you said some of the boys are afraid, which in some respects...
they respect her. It's a healthy respect. It's not like they like playing with her, but they also know that she can hold her own, which is, I love that.
So that's what I'm saying. That's it.
But I don't secretly love that. I just overtly
love it.
I just like punch him in the head. Yeah.
Oh, man. All right. Number 8 is the ever famous, do you make love or have sex?
Oh, it depends if I've had a martini or not. Frankly. No, yeah. Yeah, you're lucky. You're just lucky. You're lucky if you're getting some booty at this point with 3 kids and the insanity of the schedule that we have.
Yeah.
It's great if you're hooking up with your wife. That's awesome. I encourage it 100% as often as possible.
Amen. Number 9 is what is your favorite drink in the morning, afternoon, and evening?
Coffee in the morning for sure. Can't really function without it. And occasionally I'll have, I've been trying to get into more iced tea or Arnold Palmer's lately. Instead, I love Diet Coke, but it's not good for you. So I've been trying to get away from Diet Coke, but I've been drinking more Arnold Palmer's. And I like red wine at night and maybe a little too much. And, I like to have a cocktail in the evening, but during the week, it's just... you kind of got to dial it back and keep things in check because it's going to be an early morning. That's another thing they don't tell you. It starts really freaking early now. I mean, my wife gets up with my daughter at 6 to get her to the shuttle by 6:45.
Right.
And then I'm up by 7 to get the other ones to school by 8, fed and lunches, etc. And well, that may not sound like for early birds, that's like, oh, that's sleeping in. But for us, it's like, when you're used to sleeping in till 9 back in the day.
Yeah.
On the weekends. Well, and your weekends are shot too, by the way. There's no sleeping in on the weekends anymore.
No. Well, I had a friend that said on Facebook, she posted, when did getting up at 7 o'clock become sleeping in?
Yeah. Well, to my wife, that's sleeping in. Like, she's up at 6 every day.
Oh,
God bless her.
But yeah, Tabby gets up at, not that we necessarily, Tabby is often up at like 5:30.
Yeah. Oh, dark 30.
Sometimes she's up at 4 and that's it. She's up. I'm like, what's wrong? Like, I don't know.
Play in your room. You better play in your room. Don't even come knocking on my door.
Amen. All right, and the last ever one is, are you a safety dad or a danger dad?
I would say now, while I wouldn't consider myself a helicopter parent by any stretch of the imagination, knowing what my third one, how physical she is and how, she could just be, she as she's been growing up, she's easier now because she's not going to necessarily run away. Right. But I'm keeping that in check. I'm more of a safety dad now. At first,
right.
Yeah, I'm more of a, I will let them injure themselves. I'll let them go play. I'm not freaked out by the tall monkey bars. By the third one, it's like, come on, they hurt. She's hurting herself constantly. She's just knocking her head or cutting her foot open. Like this morning, she cut her heel, getting ready for school, jumping off the bed onto some piece of metal. I don't know, however they do it, but
you can't. It's like
The first one you're very cautious about.
Yeah.
I was more of a germaphobe with the first one. I was like,
Oh.
putting the stuff down in the restaurant and like the little sheet and not. And then by the third one, you're like, eat the fry off the bench or just
Fine.
And then you go, oh, guess what? Their immune systems are meant to grow that way. That's why there's so much.
You say that. That's really interesting because we talk about the difference between how all the antibacterial soaps.
Oh
all
yeah,
everything's
that is why there's this explosion in sensitivities to everything,
Right.
To dirt, to allergens, to gluten, to everything.
they don't get dirty
because because they're in this hermetically sealed bubble, and
Yeah.
these freakish type A helicopter parents are just like hovering over everything and not allowing anything to happen and trying to control every possible scenario. That first of all, I would be in the loony bin if I were that strictly neurotic, but there are people, they have to be exposed, and that's why they say kids that live on farms that grow up in rural societies are much more, physically they have far fewer allergies.
Right.
Because they're playing in the dirt and they're eating things out of the dirt and they're getting sick and they're getting colds and they're getting viruses and they're getting immunity.
It's true though.
No,
it's true, and too. Because you talk about the helicopter parents. One of our other dads mentioned he lets his kids kind of let them hurt themselves to figure stuff out.
Yeah.
But what happens is when he's on the playground, he'll get the moms will look at him like, oh, there's another dumb dad. Did you ever have that?
Oh yeah. But we're just fundamentally different. And parenting styles are fundamentally different.
Right.
And I have, one of the things you learn is to not try to assert your parenting philosophies with people that have fewer kids than you. Like, that's a lesson that I had to learn right away. Because once I had my third, I was like, and then if my friends or cousins or family members, I had one, and then I would try to, I would find myself wanting to say, well, if you just let them work it out. And there might be truth to it in the moment, but nobody really wants to hear that in the time.
Right.
They want to discover it themselves, and they don't really want to be lectured by you or told that your parenting style is superior to theirs.
No, but
But there are a lot of people that have a hard time just letting the children work it out. And when they're away from you at school, guess what? They're freaking working it out.
Yeah.
They're working it out,
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's good that you recognize it and try to pull back.
Well, I had to pull back because I basically was told, listen, I don't need your fucking advice. I'm like, yeah, good point.
Good point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Well, still don't come to me when you want help, because now I'm letting you figure it out.
That's right. Or come back to me, a few years later and go, what you were saying about that was a good point. Yeah.
Yeah. It was
No one said that yet, by the way, but.
No, they will.
Yeah.
They will. All right,
Yeah.
John, thanks again.
All right, buddy. Thank
That
you.
was really
That was
great.
fun. That was a great time.
Guys, I hope you guys all enjoyed as much as we did. John is awesome.
It was awesome.
Please, again, subscribe, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks.
All right. Have a good one.